thank you for tuning back in. Subscribe, check all those videos out. But today we are getting into one of the topics that I get the most feedback on, the most questions on, the nest gets stirred up the most with. We're about to talk about Amazon. We're gonna talk about the easiest departments at the Amazon warehouse compared to the hardest departments from my experience. So I've been with Amazon for 2 years and a few months now. I've worked in inbound, worked in outbound. So this is just a list or my scale from the most difficult department to the most easiest department. Most difficult job to the most easiest job working at Amazon warehouse. And we're gonna start it off with the easiest job I've ever seen at Amazon. I actually just experienced it and worked this area within the last few weeks. I actually had an overtime day. So the department, okay, so let me break this down real quick. So the departments, there's inbound, outbound. These departments have like a main process, a main path, and then you have the support paths, the support roles for that path. Like you have inbound, right? And you have inbound and outbound. And inbound, you have stove, which is the main path, the main process. Then you have the support groups for that. The water spiders, the problem solvers, the pallet runners. Outbound, you have pack, that's one of the main processes. Then you have the support groups for that, the water spiders, the jam clearers, all of that good stuff. So the easiest thing I've ever witnessed and experienced in Amazon, the department, can you guess what department it's in? You would not guess it. You would think everything in this department is hard. That's what I thought until I went there. But I wanted to go just because I heard somebody talk about it one time. So it's in outbound. It's in the dock and it's called flats. Now, when I tell you this is the easiest job on earth, the easiest job that I've ever experienced is this job. No, security. Security was the easiest job ever. I had this job where you actually slept in a trailer, a security trailer on the site. You get paid to just live. It might be easier now, I can't even lie. So the flats, I want to see what this is about. I've never done it. Went down there. This is all that you do. So usually, so what happens? The packers upstairs packing the boxes, boom, pow, killing it, boom, put it on the conveyor, right? Conveyor goes through. At the end of the process, it comes downstairs to this roll. So you have a person, they have like their little space. The packages come down a chute, sets on a lane, that lane fills up, then they take that package, put it onto the conveyor. Now this is where it gets crazy. You ready for this next part, step 2? They grab another package from that conveyor, from the chute, put it on the conveyor again. And then this is where it gets crazy. They grab another one and put it there again. That's all you do. You literally stand in one spot. You grab something from you don't even have to move your body. Literally, it's right here. You grab it and put it right here. Like you do not move. So you're literally just turning your body, grabbing it, placing it, grabbing it, placing it, grabbing it, placing it, grabbing it, placing it, grabbing it, placing it. You get the point. Easiest job of my life. I could not do that every single day. That's the easiest department I've ever heard of. You go work at Amazon and you hear about doing flats, easiest job on the planet, the easiest. One of the reasons I enjoyed it because my mind is always, I have 30 things on my mind at all times. I got plans I want to do outside of work, a project here, a project there, project at work here, project at work that I'm always thinking about. That's something like that for me. I loved it because now I can just sit. I don't have to have any responsibilities right now. I can just be a robot, let my body in auto mode and just let my mind think, create thoughts, boom, boom, boom. Easiest department ever in Amazon. You don't even have to like bend or pick. You're putting it at the same level from here to there. Easiest department ever is flats. One of the other departments that I've been in was inbound, and it was inbound stove. So that's the main process. That wasn't hard at all. I think the most difficult thing about inbound stow for me, getting this new information of ASINs and barcodes and hierarchy of the barcodes, and that was really my thing. I've never done nothing like that in the warehouse, so I think just that was the only thing I really had an issue with. Once I got that down, it was a wrap. Physically, my goal was always to be #1. I had to be #1 in the whole building every single time. That first month, I can't even lie, I was sore. Feet sore, legs sore. I had muscles that were sore that I didn't even know you can work out. Like here, why is that sore? You know what I mean? Like back here somewhere. Like, how does that even get sore? I work out in the gym, I've never even felt that muscle before, but working in inbound, working at Amazon in general, you gonna hit muscles that you didn't even know you could hit. Like, so inbound stow, the stower wasn't hard at all, but it is taxing on your body because you're standing on your feet 10 hours a day, you're moving. That's pretty much anywhere in the warehouse, you're gonna be on your feet for 10 hours a day. But inbound stow, not hard at all. Support role for that, which is called being a water spider. That's one of the support roles. You got a water spider, then at my old building, we had a pallet runner. We don't have pallet runners on the newer buildings because we have conveyors that bring the work directly up to the floor. But you still have water spiders, and they basically load the work area for the stowers. I did that as soon as they see me, like my first day packing, they was already like, we know where you're gonna be great at. I'm like, bet, okay, cool. I'm thinking that I see everybody walking with laptops. I'm thinking, okay, they're about to give me a laptop. You know, I'm gonna walk around looking like I'm doing something. No, they put me to water spiders, like, because it's more physical. And they see me, they're like, great, we have something that you're gonna love. Bet, what am I gonna love? Tell me. Next thing you know, I'm over here lifting up these heavy totes, and as they walking by, you know, I want to look at them kind of like, oh, so you just think I want to lift heavy things all day because I'm a little bit in shape, you know? But they kill you with kindness because you be kind of frustrated, right? And you see them coming, so you be like, oh man, I'm about to tell them I'm done. But they come with just the biggest smile, just, you're doing great, keep it up, you're killing it. You like, all right, bet, you know, all right, for sure, yeah, all right, cool. That difficulty level is not hard at all. And plus, if you don't want to do it, physically you feel you can't do it, you don't have to do it. I think it's good to do both, swap out so you're not stuck in one path, you're not bored. But that is a water spider for stow. Not hard, but it is taxing on your body, especially starting off. All right, so another department, which I believe is crazy, but not as crazy as the hardest department I'm going to talk about, is my department, which is an outbound pack. So I'm overseeing the floor, making the moves. I'm putting this person here, I'm staffing, I'm moving people around. That is really the busiest department that I've been in. Outbound pack, I've never seen nothing like it. Like literally, it's moving. If you leave the floor for 5 minutes, that can like impact your whole floor because there's so many conveyors, these boxes. You have about however many people you have, they're packing, they're throwing them on conveyors, just going all over the place to this one area, which leads down to the dock. But if a lot of times those conveyors one little box can stop a whole conveyor that has 18 people, about 12 people packing on, who's putting up crazy numbers, and all of a sudden their line stops. And you're over there in the restroom wiping the sweat off your face, and you got boxes, you come back out, and boxes piled up all over the place. Like, it could change like that. That is one of the most difficult departments, not the most, but one of them, outbound pack. As a packer, you are moving a lot, but it's really, I would say, not so much labor-wise, but just intensity. It's going. They also have the support role for that, which is a water spider as well. I think the water spider, compared from inbound to outbound, I think inbound would be a little more difficult. So outbound, I give it a medium. It's not difficult, it's not easy, but it's definitely fast paced. I think the most fast paced area in the building, I would definitely have to say outbound pack. So the most difficult department that I've ever done is in, take a wild guess, the dock. Dock. Like when I just say that, like I just have memories of dark trailers, dust, sweat, loneliness, pain, agony, fear. No, but bruh, oh my goodness. So dock, unloading trailers. So the trailers used to come, bring all the work, and I mean, you open it up, sometimes boxes falling out, just you like, oh, bruh. And see, my first time on the dock, they pumped it up. Oh yeah, you gonna love it, man. This is easy work. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, all right, bet, let's do this, let's go. And me, I always had to be the best at what I was doing. So, but as soon as I saw them boxes fall, and the big boxes that fell from the top, and they didn't bounce and didn't move, just, oh, bruh, that's heavy. When the box don't roll, it falls from the top and it just stops as soon as it hits. That's heavy. We gotta do a whole truck of these? Bruh, we unloading them. I remember the first trailer like it was yesterday. Long. I mean, but we was getting it. We was killing it. I tell you, when I got off work that day, I drove home, almost falling asleep. When I parked the car, I didn't get out of my car for about an hour and 30 minutes. Couldn't move, like I couldn't move my legs, but I didn't want to move nothing. Nothing at all. I just sat there and thought about my life as a human being. I was like, yo, I don't think Amazon's for me, dog. Like, I think I had the wrong impression on this job. Crazy though, like, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't have lasted more than 2 months down on that dock. Not me. That's the hardest department that I've been in personally. Unloading them trailers on dock. But then again, there's a few people who loved it. That's all they want to do is lift heavy boxes out of a truck all night, forever. That's cool. You feel me? Like, if that's what you're passionate about, my guy, do it, kill it. You got this. You feel me? You can have it. But that is definitely the most difficult department. The other department is also on outbound pack, but then we have sort side. If you're just a sorter, to me, it's easy. You're just getting the order, you're looking on the screen, you're putting it into the cubby. You're basically giving the work for the packers. So you put it into this wall, the light actually lights up in which cubby you put it in. Like, how easy is that? You're taking the work from the conveyor, putting it in the wall, taking the work, putting it in the wall, taking the work, putting it in the wall. Easy, easy, easy. Another department, I would say it's medium. It's kind of like stowing. I would say it's a little more difficult than stowing, because stowing, you're putting items into this pod. So this department's called picking, and they pull the items out of the pod that the stowers put in. The reason why I think it's a little more difficult is because you're just pulling all day instead of putting stuff in all day. To me, it's just easier to put stuff in, even if it's heavier, instead of pulling heavier stuff out, especially if you're pulling it out. Pulling heavier stuff out. But it's not hard at all. I think it's just a little more difficult than stowing, because it's the same thing but reversed. Instead of putting it in and picking, you're actually picking it out of the pot. Not hard at all. Once again, it is taxing on your body. It's long hours standing up, but your workspace is pretty small. You're not doing too much walking around. You're literally just picking it, putting it into a tote. So it's not hard at all. Their support role, they have these things called tote runners. That's pretty difficult. If you're a tote runner for picking, you got this blue thing, a tote tank. That sounds difficult. Not a tote cart, not a tote machine, tote tank. You pushing around a tote tank. That That's probably why as soon as I heard it, it didn't even sound right. Like Tote Tank, bruh, it's a Tote Tank. Big little blue thing. It ain't that big. But for some people that do it, because I've done this role, I was tired. By the end of the shift, I was tired. The next day, I was sore. Amazing workout. You need a workout, you need to lose some weight, you want to tone up your arms and shoulders a little bit. Great department, great role to be in. But it is a little difficult. It can be done, but with that, you're walking around literally in circles throughout the building, or I would say throughout that department, which is big. And you're collecting the totes from a certain area, stacking them up on the tote tank, which is this big blue or big cart where you can hold about 50, 60, 70 totes on it, which are these plastic buckets that the work goes in, and you walk around, you take them off, you deliver them to the pickers so they can put the stuff they pick inside of that bucket. That is no joke. I would think that's the second difficult thing that I've done besides unloading the dock, doing them tote tanks, because not only are you collecting this stuff, these totes, and stacking them up, taking them down, you're also mixing that in with walking mile over mile on top of standing on your feet hour after hour, on top of still trying to keep, because you got to kind of keep up with the pickers. If they're picking super fast and they're running out of totes, they can't keep going unless they got the totes that you supposed to be delivering. So you got to be on the move, you know what I mean? I'm cool. I did it. I don't want to do it again. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to do it again though. But so if you're doing that, much love to you. You feel me? You stay strong. You stay strong. You stay real strong. You gonna literally be strong. But there's people who love that too. So you may be the one who loves it. And that's what's up. Kill it, execute, and then keep leveling up. But other than that, that's mostly all the departments that you have in the warehouse. It's not really too many extremes. Some of the things that you're going to be doing in all of the roles, working at an Amazon fulfillment center, standing on your feet. There is no job where you sit down. No one sits, unless you're HR. They sit all day. That's all they do. They sit. HR is important though. Shout out to HR if you're watching, but they sit. But that's the only department in learning. In safety, now they walk around. Your body soreness, you will be sore. I lift weights. I'm sort of athletic when I first started, but I was definitely in the gym, so I'm walking there like, oh, y'all gonna be sore. I'm not. This is what Amazon called. They used to call it. I don't know if they still call you that, but they called us industrial athletes. Bruh, it's already tough being an athlete alone. An industrial athlete? What is that? That's like what you feel me? You high jumping over, conveyors. You feel me? You like, shot putting Kindles, and look, you're gonna be sore for at least a month if this is your first time working in a warehouse. No matter where you're at, standing on your feet alone, you're definitely gonna be sore. But that's the easiest departments to the worst departments, in my opinion. I don't want to say the worst, I'll say the most difficult department. It can all be done. Honestly, no matter where you're at, you have that right mentality, you'll get through it. I got through the hardest department because of my mentality. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna somehow find a way to make this not only execute and make an impact in this department, but how can it be done better? How can it be done more efficient? How can it be done quicker? You know what I mean? Use your mind in whatever department you're in to better that area, make an impact. It's gonna be, it helps the time go by faster, and it can cause attention to you being a great worker, which can get you in position for the next role, next position, etc., etc. But this is your boy SB. Subscribe, like, show some love, and that's about it. Till the next video, let's go.